Vice and Command 2 forces and this under the canopy of the Supreme General of the AGF General. Big number, it not be easy when I got you want get power. Today, the day that they graduate, the early commando force, they are command 2. They are command 2 of the Ambazonians. And then this, Navito and Siam, they are command 2 forces, then this, Navisiam. Today, the 19th February 2021, they are command 2 forces, and this, for their graduation. It'll be easy.
The graduating batch of the elite force. Next on the agenda,
19 February 2021.
Outfaring by the graduating class.
Today, the 19th February 2021.
The supervising the graduating batch for their oath swearing ceremony.
On this wonderful day, I want the soldiers to raise their right hands up as they swear. I, Lieutenant General Bobo, do solemnly swear to fight and defend the sovereignty of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia against all enemies, internal and external. God, being my helper, I will bear true faith and allegiance to the flag, the heroes who have gone before me, that I will fight and obey the orders of the President of the Governing Council, the officers placed before me, according to the oath and the code of conduct of the Ambazonian Defense Forces. God be my helper. God be my helper.
Thank you, Lieutenant General Popo, for that one. Next on the item is permissioning of the elite force by Supreme Commandant of the AGF.
My fellow Ambazonians, una place day, all man he place day, wa papa their place day, papa una place day, mami una place day, wa brothers them una place day, wa sister them una place day. All Ambazonian picking them, una place day. Oh, what big mommy and big papa them, una two, una place the day for all big mommy them. Alright? I be una brother Asu, when the press secretary for the executive office of Ambazonia Governing Council. Uday na 5 days away into our Independence Day celebration. We'll be just 5 days away from our big Independence Day celebration. Ground zero, the prepare. All man for ground zero, the prepare. The diaspora, they prepare. For make this Independence Day the biggest Independence Day celebration for our people, their history. Ground zero, they prepare bigly. Diaspora, they prepare. all man be prepared. Before we go there, make a remind our people then first of the importance of this day. Independence Day. Now the biggest, joyful, happiest, now the most fun day for all countries them around the globe. For all people them all over the world. Their Independence Day. Now the most happiest national day where a people that is celebrate their nation. That is celebrate their freedom. That is celebrate their land. Independence Day na a day of pride. Na a day where every people that they take pride of their nation. Every people that they take pride of their country. Every people that they take pride of who they be. Independence Day na the biggest national day for every country. And every citizen, it show patriotism. It show love for the country. It show love for the people. It show a belief for a country. So Independence Day na something where a day where the nation it is celebrate the state. A day where the nation, the people that they celebrate their nation. And the nation they celebrate the people them. So it be very significant. No nothing, it not pass. No nothing not big pass nationalism. No nothing not big pass patriotism for a people their lives. And we, the Ambazonian people, them, it even be more significant for we. For waiting we as a people don't go through. For the thief, with the thief our country. For the thief, with the thief our sovereignty. For the thief, with the thief everything will be about. So our people then for take back their country. For woke up, for rise up and take back their country, it be very powerful. That's why all man on Saturday we go be in October 1. No matter place where you dey, no matter place where you dey, celebrate your independence. Celebrate your independence. Celebrate say for taking your country back. Do it with pride. Do it with joy. That's the only thing we get them. Ambazonians are your only hope. Ambazonians are your only destiny. Ambazonians are your future. Ambazonians are your country. Ambazonians are your land. So if your land, if near country, if near future, if near destiny, then it be worth a big celebration, right? Every people that do it, every nation they do it. That's why the reports them we don't get them from ground zero. Over the last few days, I don't get so many calls from different communities, different villages, different towns, different cities. People that they express their joy. Some people that they go market, they don't go to buy their new clothes them. They buy new shoes. Big Mommy called me from the state of Manu. He tell me say my pikin, I dey watch una all the time for ACN. Every evening for ACN when I come back from bush, we dey go sit down when we don't finish your cook for watch una for ACN. He said this October when they come, my pikin. I don't go ready go buy my wrapper. I don't go buy my new wrapper. I buy my small new handbag. I buy my hair tie. I don't buy my shoe. The only thing we remain now, I just go buy a small member. He said all we for house, this Independence Day, we go wash, we wear our new clothes them. We will celebrate this Independence Day more than Christmas. Now so big mommy tell me from the state of Manu. Then I get a call from a family for the state of Bui. And I just say, hey, I say, my action now. What you want to do for prepare for Independence Day celebration? They say, PS. You don't know what you go on. I say, when tell me. They say, PS. The whole community, they mobilize. Community, they cook community chop for prepare for Independence Day. Then I talk for people then for Diaspora. I talk for a family for New York, an Ambazonian family for New York. The man a lawyer, the woman a nurse. Big woman for nurse. I talk with them. They don't order their Ambazonian traditional clothing. They don't buy their flags. For that Saturday, they prepare for toast champagne for celebrating Ambazonian Independence Day. Then I talk for another Ambazonians then. What did they for that side for Cyprus? For refugee camps. And just about 3 weeks ago, they began protest in front of the United Nations and the European Union headquarters for inside Cyprus. And also for the Cyprus government. For demand for Ambazonian people, they rights them. And for make sure, say, the international community, they take on the obligation. All them, they demobilize. All Ambazonians for Cyprus, they demobilize themselves for do a big Independence Day celebration. And then I just read a report. Ambazonians for inside Toronto, for Canada here, for Toronto, for one of the big cities, then too they demobilize for come together and celebrate the Independence Day. Now the same thing, the spirit, it be all across Ambazonians, all over the world. The spirit of our Independence Day celebration, that's something we all Ambazonians they look forward to for celebrate their state, for celebrate the bravery of our people then. So, we call on all Ambazonians then. Independence Day, it almost be like Christmas for people that be Christians. Now, one of the biggest days for people, their history, for people, their lives, for people, their culture. Independence Day is one of the biggest days. So we call all people them for ground zero. We make Saturday, our Independence Day, a day of joy. We make Independence Day on Saturday, a day of big joy, a day of big happiness, a day of big festivities. This Saturday, when our Independence Day, may be the most happiest, the most joyful, the day we play music, we dance, celebrate the freedom, celebrate the country, we celebrate, we woke up, we spirit, then we celebrate, we dance, we cook chop, we make festivities, celebrate. Una dress, una make nyanga, make papa them, una make nyanga, mommy them, una make nyanga, uncle them, una make nyanga. The whole community make all man dress up for change the energy and feel the freedom who don't fight for. Feel them. Don't wait until a certain day when the world talks, say, before you celebrate the victory now. Celebrate the independence now. Celebrate the future now. Ambazonia don't come to stay. So near stay. Take ownership. Go out. Celebrate the way you feel safe. The way you feel secure. Una celebrate them in happiness. Alright? Una celebrate them in happiness. Una make una nyanga. Una wear una new clothes. Anything we get them. Whether a new clothes or old clothes. Wear your clothes. Dress up. Okay? Woman, then una put una lipstick. Una make nyanga. Una put una powder then. Eh? Una picking them. Una wear them. Whether a Christmas clothes. Una wear them for them. Whether clothes are not there. Una wear them. Anything una get them. Una wear them. Celebration a celebration. As long as you be in the state, in the mood. Eh? As long as una there for that. Everyone again una 1 cup rice. Una cook them. Una celebrate. Now bring all man together families they come together, communities they come together, una celebrate the independence. All right? Now, we don't talk about celebration. Also, this Independence Day, na a day we, for all the Christians, we call on all the churches from Ambazonia, all the churches, including traditional churches, okay? We call on all of them for organized mass, for organized church services, so that our people, they go honor the one that they don't pay the ultimate price. So that our people, they pray for the one that they don't die. Our people, they pray for the one that they in jails. Within La Republic, to come on their concentration camps. For the one where they suffer for bush. If you pray for the one where they for refugee camps. And the one where they don't scatter all over the world. So that our people they pray. So they call on all churches, them including African traditional churches, including our own traditional way of life. We call on all man. Pray the way it be best for you. If you stay for house, you pray. What are you doing for bush, you pray. Pray for the way it be best for you. But we call on all the churches, may they open their door for whole church services, for whole mass, for the Catholic churches, them, for whole mass who are people them, for be able for a place where all them people put their voices together, put their hearts and their spirits together, and honor those them way they don't give their life for make Ambazonia may be free. For pray for strength for the one who they did for prison because of Ambazonia. For pray for strength for the refugees. For pray for strength for the one who they did for bush. For pray for strength for the one who they did sick. So na day we will celebrate, but now also na day we will honor all the one the way they don't make the sacrifices for give with this victory, for bring we for place where day today. All right, a day of reflection for honor those sacrifices, for honor those contributions. All right, good. Now the one that about Independence Day. Now I want to call on all the forces, and I want to remind all the forces on the ground. Independence Day, especially for places where liberation struggle day, you need to just celebrate them because you want to celebrate independence. It get a very important meaning for we for project to the international community. It get a very important and symbolic meaning for we for demonstrate to the international community. Say we be Ambazonians. And that the decision that we don't make them for self-determination and for our sovereignty. That's why we need to come out massively and celebrate. You need for show the international community the seriousness of the Ambazonian people. We need for show the international community the unwavering spirit of our people them. Say what people them mean business and independence means independence. There is no going back. Now the message we need for send for the international community. We need for tell them so we don't take our country and the end of Cameroon occupation, it don't come to an end. That's why you need for celebrate. You need for project that power. That's why it be very important for all the forces on the ground for demonstrate military strength. It be very critical for the forces for demonstrate military strength and resistance. You need for show the world your readiness for defend the people. You need for show the world your readiness for defend the land and protect the sovereignty. That's why most countries across the globe, for their Independence Day, now the day where they show, they demonstrate their military might. So, I don't hear this boy that they call him Michael Nam, way there for Nigeria. Now, one of the activists them, where they be very confused. Today they didn't left, tomorrow they didn't right. Today they did support na federalism, the next day they did support na special status. Very confused young man. And he don't put out a write-up for Facebook. Talk say make Ambazonian school begin the middle no go march because it be very dangerous for them. Fellow Ambazonians, since 2017, the Ambazonian people, they don't consistently demonstrate their sovereignty. Since 2018, the Ambazonian Governing Council, they don't start for build community schools through General Ivo, while school picking, they don't always march for liberated territories since 2018. So where the year some person they can't tell you, say make school picking they no go march because it be dangerous for them. Now lie, ma tell you now why. Now because they don't get anything for sure to the Ambazonian people on Independence Day for which they don't build them for the last 5 years. That's why they tell you now make school picking no go march because they never help for build a community school. They never encourage the building of community schools, and therefore they don't believe for the independence because they don't get anything for sure for it. That's why they make this propaganda and give now these false excuses. We need for demonstrate we get community schools. We need for demonstrate we get love for education and Ambazonian education. Now we are picking that to go for our own school. You need for show the world. Then if not, which you fight for? Which you fight for? If you don't feel show the world, say you get community schools. Because you don't challenge a more educational system, you don't create an alternative will be more superior, more empowering, and more uplifting. You need for show the world. So when we hear all this lie, say when begin they go march, it be dangerous for them. Now lie. Because these people, they don't make noise for the last 5 years, and they don't show you one school picking where they don't buy uniform and school books, school bag, and school shoes, and they don't build a classroom for that picking. So that's why these people, they lie on us. We encourage and call on all our community schools children, we call on all families for liberated territories. We not send, we not picking them, as every year we don't celebrate very peacefully in very secure location because our forces over the last 1 month, they don't put in all the security measures in place for guarantee safe Independence Day celebration for liberated territories. And we don't do them since 2018. We do them for 2018, we do them for 2019, for 2020, when I see them picking the march with uniforms for many districts across Ambazonia. And then 2021, now in 2022, we need to demonstrate that spirit. The world need to see who will be and which we don't build them. So, I also don't hear some other forces. They don't call say there will be a lockdown in Ambazonia from now going forward until October 4th. Ma tell you now. You tell me something. Ma just think about it. If a force, a defense group, a fighter or fighters, they talk say they fight for independence. Why they would lock? Why you go lock your own country, your own land for your own day of independence? Tell me, why you go lock the territory for your own day of independence? Tell me what that makes sense. It don't make sense, right? It makes no sense for declare a lockdown for your own Independence Day. It makes no sense. It defeats the purpose of independence. Independence is a day of celebration. So if you be toxic, you be a defense force. Why did you go hide for Independence Day? If you talk say you be a defense force, you be a defense general, you be a general and you control a force, Why on Independence Day you dey go hide? Tell me. Why on Independence Day you dey call na for a lockdown? Independence Day na a day wey you suppose to show force. You suppose to show what you get. You suppose to show what you don build up. You supposed to show your military might. Why on Independence Day you dey go hide? If you truly dey fight for Ambazonia, why be say on Ambazonian Independence Day you dey instead call for a lockdown so that you go hide? So now if you understand the corny, if you dey fight for Ambazonia, on Independence Day, show we what you get on the ground. Now Independence Day, na day where every nation, every people, they demonstrate their military might. They demonstrate their military strength. So if for you, Independence Day they come and you call for a lockdown, you need to fight for Ambazonia. Because a true Ambazonia wants to celebrate Ambazonia for Independence Day. So if you call for a lockdown, you get a hidden agenda. You need to fight for Ambazonia. You need to fight for political relevance and opportunity. You just fight for relevance and opportunity. And that opportunity, an opportunity for use deliberation for extort the people then. And then on the day of their independence, you call for lockdown. Because you the shame for carry the flag. You the shame for mobilize the community. Now the thing that way you go hide. You the use lockdown as your excuse. You the use lockdown as your cover. You the use lockdown as your mask for hide your intentions. If you fight for the people, you go celebrate for them. If you fight for the people, you go celebrate with them. Any person with the call for lockdown for Ambazonia Independence Day, then you need to stand for the people then. You need to fight for Ambazonia. You need to fight for something else. If you fight for Ambazonia, this Independence Day, for all when they make noise on the ground, when I don't call ourselves the new government for down, when I be the new government, for ground. Now I be ground zero commander. You be ground zero commander? You be ground zero commander? Okay, if you be ground zero commander, Independence Day don't come. All that noise, we will not don't make up. We will not show the Ambazonian people what you will not get. Because I be tell you now, for English, they talk say the rubber meets the road. Okay? The rubber meets the road. Make us see. After when I don't make all this noise for the last 2 weeks, say when I be ground zero commander, now when I get power for ground, now when I control ground zero. Well, in 5 days' time, show the Ambazonian people what you get. Show me what you get. Show me how you feel mobilize communities. Because I want to see your power. Power they come now based on your influence, your authority, your control of the ground and the territory. So if you get power and you control territory and you get the ability for mobilize, then on Independence Day, you know go hide yourself in a hole like a rat mole. Now only rat mole they go hide for hole for Independence Day. An Ambazonian soldier will fight for the state and the people and the sovereignty. On that day, it mobilize all the forces, mobilize all the communities, and bring people together and celebrate. If you call for lockdown, you did like rat mole. You want to go hide. You want to go hide because you don't get nothing for sure. You only make an empty noise. The time don't come. If you get anything, for sure, show it for Independence Day what you got on the ground. Show me how you feel mobilize communities. So, Mr. Black, you call yourself Mr. Black. I'm the spokesman of Ground Zero Command. Well, Mr. Black, the time don't come for show what you got. Secondly, I be talk for a comrade the other day. And he said, hey, he tell me, great things about General No Pity, and I tell you, say yes. Oh, we don't live through and we don't see the great work of General No Pity, especially in the last 2 years. We don't really see the growth, the strength and the bravery of General No Pity and the contribution to our liberation struggle, right? Oh, we don't see them. So if you ask, I ask you, say, but you don't ask yourself, why be say General No Pity no ever carry an Ambazonian flag? I say you don't ask yourself, why be say General No Pity never ever carry Ambazonian flag? How a general, we talk to the fight for the people their freedom. How it be say he never ever carry those people their flag? How it be say he never carry General No Pity never ever carry the flag of Ambazonia? Why? If he did truly fight for the Ambazonian independence, why be say never ever hold Ambazonian flag? Why be say since 2017, so to reach today, why be say General No Pity never ever celebrate Ambazonian independence? Why be say with all the forces that they celebrate, why be say we never ever see General No Pity mobilize his soldier, mobilize communities, and come out celebrate Ambazonian independence? Why? I will leave una with that question. And only una fit answer, not be me. My goal as a teacher, my goal as a press secretary, I forget all we for think together and ask certain questions so that we fit uncover some of the patterns and the things that already happen behind the scenes and some of the cover-ups, and ask those questions. Why? Why you call for lockdown during your own Independence Day? Wait till you hide them? Why you don't want me the population celebrate? And if the population celebrate, you don't celebrate, then you don't help Cameroon for tell the world say things that don't come to normalcy and the people that don't want the independence again. Because at the game that right, at the goal that the objective now for not project Ambazonia. The objective now for fulfill a Cameroon agenda. Because if the people that not celebrate, then Cameroon will claim victory. If the people that celebrate, we will show say we don't defeat Cameroon and we get a greater control of our land. Right? So the more forces they demonstrate military strength, military might through military parade for Independence Day, the more they do them for the state of Manyun, for the state of Memer, for the state of Coupé, for the state of Indian, right? For Boyo, they do them for Bui, they do them for Ngoketunja, they do them for Lebiale, they do them all across the territory. Then the more we project to the world all across the territory, the Ambazonian people, total control and authority on the ground. All right? Now those things the world they consider them in order for grand recognition. And the things I'll be explaining for this, my brother will be to get a conversation yesterday, and why it be important for people like General No Pity, where they don't show great bravery on the battlefield, but may they show great patriotism by participating in celebrating Ambazonian Independence Day. And so too, they call on all these commanders and what they call for lockdown. I know say when I be misguided. I know say when I get miseducation. I know say when I be influenced by negative political opportunism. When I stand up with the people there. When I celebrate with the people there. I show the people they want you when I get them. Don't go hide like Radmo. You be a commander on the ground. You want to control the ground. You control the ground by controlling territory. And if you control territory, demonstrate the strength. Mobilize the people then for the territory with the defender, with the controller, and show the world, say, now me, I control this territory. Show them. If you know if you do one, you're a fucking coward and a fucking noisemaker. Oh, before I go, I want to send a strong warning to Grandpa of Bali. I want to send a strong warning to Grandpa of Bali. General Grandpa, over the years, you don't be a good general. But recently, the political intoxication and tribalism and cartelism, you don't fall into that trap. Every general, we don't fall into the trap of political intoxication and manipulation and tribalism. You know place we don't end up. We're not going to play these dirty games with the Ambazonian Defense Forces and get away with them. We're not going to play these dirty games. You, Grandpa, many times, the ADF, they for do what you don't do them. They for do them for their own forces. They crisscross, they go pick people them up. Many times, can pass through ADF territory. But because ADF respect you and your forces, say, when they do the work of the nation, no matter who wanna go pick you up, as long as you don't have custody, the ADF no go ask you now, why wanna go pick up that person? Because they know say wanna put the interest of the state, the security of the state first. They always give a free passage. Wait till your forces, when they go pick up a person of high interest, they can't pass through our own territory, and then when I take those 2 soldiers and parade them on videos and call them kidnappers in order for blackmail and sabotage and stain the name of the ADF for some simple propaganda for popularity, it gets very dangerous consequences for you, Grandpa, as the general. It gets very destructive consequences. Your force, you don't almost die. You know so. But just because you need to talk and outside, you don't be so no know what will happen. Your force don't be divided into 3. The one where they remain with you, they're not plenty again. Now General F and this support this survive you. You know so. Most of the time, you go hide now for General F and the place for survival. Most of the time, your survival. Now General F and the Supreme Commander of Ambazonian Defense Forces, now they give you even seats for you for survive. Not bite the finger will feed you. The finger will protect you. You either get a choice for continue, for work with political manipulators, where they will manipulate you, use you, and then leave you vulnerable. Remember, you'll be surrounded by ADF. From Batibo to Formawin, Santa, and all over Bamenda, you'll be surrounded by ADF. So there is no movement where your forces, they're not make them, where they not pass through ADF control territory. You know so. They should do what you don't do. But why ADF need to go down this path? And because they get a political leadership and they follow the vision of the state and the standard of the state. That's why they need to do this with a small blackmail. There will be consequences for whoever intercept those ADF fighters and create that propaganda video for sabotage the forces. There will be consequences to you, Grandpa. Now you go bear the responsibility unless those 2 forces, you bring those 2 forces, make they can answer questions to the ADF. There will be consequences. The ADF for 2022, not been the good ADF, where they play a very good role, they be good forces. We understand the danger on the ground. We understand the danger of cartelism. We understand the danger of tribalism, and we understand the danger when they play for take this small money, then for all this small this IG, that IG, this group of cartels, where they be influence. We understand the game. Where they be against nationalism and they be against the national force. We understand their own game. Their own game now for end the war as quickly as possible and go get more deal with the Republic. We understand. You know we fall for that trap. The land will be liberated. We go end Cameroon their presence on Ambazonia. But for the behavior when I don't cause them, for that act, for betray forces, there will be consequences. Get this straight. There will be consequences and accountability. No person no go treat the Ambazonian Defense Forces soldier them like that, go free. Not be this time around. There will be consequences. Those of your two soldiers then, from your rogue splinter groups, there will be consequences. There will be consequences for betrayal. There will be consequences. Mark these words. You get for choose. Either one continue for follow cartelism, tribalism, and blackmail. Or you choose for continue the good relationship and effective transparent collaboration based on mutual respect with the Ambazonian Defense Forces. But those actions, they be treasonable and there will be consequences. Just know so. My message is over.